Ukrainian defenders struck high-value targets in the Russian rear. After the attack on Novorossiysk on March 2nd, the Russian frigate Admiral Essen can no longer launch Kalibr missiles at Ukraine. This was reported by Unian, citing sources. During the attack on the port of Novorossiysk, the security service of Ukraine, together with the defense forces, managed to break through the dense air defense system around Novorossiysk Bay and the port. The strike hit the ship's central superstructure. It is claimed that the fire on the deck of the Admiral Essen, which carries 8 Kalibr missiles, lasted for about 18 hours, indicating serious internal damage. Also, on March 5th, the Ukrainian Navy destroyed a Russian Ka-27 helicopter over the waters of the Black Sea. This was reported by the military. The Ka-27 is a Soviet shipborne anti-submarine helicopter. Its mission is to detect, track, and destroy submarines at depths of up to 500 meters. The Russians also encountered problems with their missiles after the Flamingo strike on the missile production plant for the Iskander, Yars, and Bulava systems in Votkinsk, Udmurtia Republic. According to various estimates, it will take from 1.5 months to half a year to resume these processes at the facility. In addition, the armed forces of Ukraine have begun to widely use German mini-Taurus drones on the front line. These are HX-2 strike drones produced by the German company Helsing. This was reported by the Ukrainian online publication Militarny. A pro-Russian Telegram channel run by a UAV developer wrote that German drones have been detected in several areas of the front in Ukraine and published photos of a downed drone. They entered in large numbers at once in different sectors, striking repair crews and road network workers in the relative rear, the publication says about the new UAVs. Previously, there had been no reports of the mass combat use of the HX-2 in Ukraine. Militarny notes that thanks to artificial intelligence, this drone is highly autonomous, but several HX-2s can join together in a swarm.
The Crimean sky has once again become porous for the occupiers. While Russian propaganda claims the peninsula is fully protected, Ukraine's defense forces have once again proven the opposite. In occupied Crimea, an entire S-400 Triumph air defense missile system base area was destroyed. For the enemy, this is not just a loss of equipment, it is the destruction of the eyes and hands of their air defense, which covered the aggressor's strategic sites. How was the much-vaunted defense system bypassed? What weaponry was used for this strike? And how many millions of dollars literally vanished into thin air? Today we'll break down this exclusive from Glavred about the brilliant operation. And for more details, check out our report. You are on the Glavred channel. I'm your host, Yevhen Serov. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's get to the details. According to Glavred, the strike targeted the S-400 division's base area. The explosions were so powerful that they were heard dozens of kilometers from the epicenter. According to preliminary information, not only the launcher was destroyed, but also the radar station, the most expensive and important component of the system. Without the radar, the Triumph turns into a heap of useless metal. The published videos clearly show a large-scale fire and secondary detonation of ammunition. The occupiers tried to claim that air defense systems were at work, but satellite images and footage from the scene confirm the target was hit with precision. This is not the first instance of an S-400 being destroyed in Crimea, which indicates a systematic elimination of the enemy's air defense on the peninsula. To give you a sense of scale, the cost of a single S-400 Triumph division is about $1.2 billion. It is one of the most expensive and advanced systems in Russia's arsenal. Putin personally presented it as a system capable of shooting down anything that flies. However, Ukrainian missiles and drones have once again demonstrated that, for Western technology and the skill of the Ukrainian armed forces, this is an achievable target. The destruction of the S-400 opens corridors for subsequent strikes. When air defense is suppressed, military airfields, ammunition depots, and of course, the occupiers' logistical hubs are put at risk. Crimea is gradually turning from an impregnable fortress into a trap for the Russian army, where every military facility is under threat. What does this success give Ukraine right now? First of all, it undermines the enemy's morale. When the most advanced weapons cannot protect themselves, questions arise for the command. Secondly, it weakens control over the airspace above the Black Sea. The article emphasizes that such operations are carried out in a comprehensive manner. First, the air defense system is destroyed, then logistics and command posts. We are witnessing the implementation of a strategy for the complete demilitarization of Crimea. With each such strike, Russia's ability to hold the peninsula diminishes, and its fleet and aviation feel increasingly unprotected here. There are no more S-400s in Crimea, and this is only the beginning. Ukraine's defense forces continue to methodically disable the enemy, bringing the day of our territory's complete liberation closer. And what do you think will be the next strategic target after blinding the Russian air defense systems? Write your guesses down in the comments below.